Hey guys, I have set a new goal for myself. Now that all the holidays are over, I want to start working in an art journal. And I love mixed media and I love jelly printing. So I grabbed a gel print and I'm just gonna kind of start out with my gel printing. I have created a few tags and maybe like one spread in another art journal, but I'm going to use this Dylusions journal for the small ones. The big one is, I'm finding a little daunting. So this is 8 1/4. It looks like it's 8 1/4 by almost 5 1/2. So that's the size of this. I happen to have 2 of them because I love the paper in them. So this is the one I'm going to use. Oh, and I just realized it has that nice folder inside. I guess I could start with the first page, but the first page seems wonky. So I think I'm going to start with this one. And then maybe this one I'll like write something fun on it. So I'm going to start with that. I'm going to use this print, which I pulled, I don't remember when I pulled, a few weeks ago. And it had like light blue and it's like a turquoisey. So I used this turquoisey color and then I mixed in some white, some green kind of pulled from the plate. Typically I use the same colors when I'm pulling, and then it always gets this fun edge. So I thought, why don't everybody's doing mushrooms right now. Why don't I draw a few mushrooms, cut them out, and I painted them with the Jane Davenport mermaid markers. I don't recommend these. I don't love these. I just happen to have these. So what I found out when I was painting with these is the red, the yellow, and the purple, and I was really sloppily doing it. And then I was covering it with this scrapbook.com. It's called like a glitter pen, I think. And it's a really cool silvery color. I liked it on there. But what I found was the blue and the green really bled. And this is just standard, probably like 60 pound, 70 pound paper. But they look kind of psychedelic. Like I had to go back over them with an ink pen, like a brush marker, you know, not a Sharpie, but everything's kind of all over the place. I like the thinner. So it's nice when a mistake happens. I wound up liking these colors best. I like the thinner pen that I used, and that was a Jane Davenport liner pen. She sells them in a pack. But I'm just saving these because I thought maybe I'll want to do like a psychedelic something or a fairy garden and can just stick those in the background. So anyways, I just wanted to show you guys. So I just drew these real quick. These are not a stamp or anything, just a very simple shape. I stamped in the background with some Lawn Fawn white pigment ink in Yeti. And I did these little circles. These are Dylusion circles. And I just stamped around. Let's see. I don't know what this set is. Starstruck. This says rangerink.com. And then before I did that, in the background, I used this ledger script. I used this funky kind of all mixed up one. And I used archival peeled paint because none of this did I want to move when my matte medium hits it. So just thought I'd show, I've been kind of like drawing little shapes, and this is that Jane Davenport mermaid ink, and it was all splotchy and yucky, and then when I put the Dylusion stamp on it, it like corrected it. You know, it kind of, I don't know, it made it look much prettier. So I'm just testing my hand at drawing, and this is just scrap paper. I am going to glue this down, cut it up, glue it down, and then I'll be back to show you the final product. And here's the golden super matte medium. A little more green ink down here, and I have glitter all over everywhere, so it's kind of transferring, which I like. I am just going to glue this down. I thought it would be cuter to have a little more grass for these guys. In the efforts of being less messy, I am using an Uhu glue stick. And there's no reason to get out matte medium if I don't need it. And then I'm going to just line this up, flatten it out. And I have a little protective kind of non-stick piece of paper in between my pages. And I like this white edge, so hopefully this white edge is going to stay. And there's a nice fold right here, which might actually grab my white edge. I need to get it as close as I can. And I don't think I'm going to do both sides of the pages because I love to make tags, and I think it would be a cool option to be able to rip these out and turn them into tags, especially if my plan of creating an art journal doesn't really pan out. And then I can use them for something. But I have so many finished products laying around. I need to like not file them. I thought it would be fun to have them in a book. Okay, so that is cool. And this is in need of a little bit more peeled paint right here. So that's all I did. There we go. It's just a super easy, fun little way to create each day. I thought that would be nice. Like yesterday I made the little mushrooms and painted them so they're dry. And today, just doing this. Now, I am not the best at cutting out of books. I wonder if you can tear it. That might be kind of cool if let's see what happens if I run my bone folder over this and tear it. Okay, so it has torn the paper. The heavy-duty paper behind it tore. Yeah. Okay, I would much rather tear. I think that gives it kind of a... And then I can cut this side. Yeah, I like that. I like that torn edge. There's nothing wrong with that. But I couldn't really get it at that angle. And then here... See, my issue with books is fighting with the cover. So I will show you the other book I'm working with. But like I said, it's so big, it is daunting. Like, maybe there's a way to kind of break this like that. Yeah, that is just driving me crazy. And my goal is not to have anything perfect. It is just to get something down, play. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. And I love the white right there. Love it. I'm going to save that for collage. I think I have the perfect thing to put that on. Okay, so this is all this is going to be. I'm not real into inspirational writing, so I'm probably not going to write anything. And I thought these three would be cute, just like they were growing together. It's sweet, right? And for that, I am going to use, because I love my Bearly Arts glue, I'm going to use my Bearly Arts glue. Okay, this is proving to be fun. It takes a little bit of prep work, but that's all right. And I'm thinking about trying the Art Glitter Glue. If anybody has used the Bearly Arts and the Art Glitter Glue, tell me which one you like best. So I like this because it dries, you know, it dries like clear and matte. Whereas this dries shiny, but man, and it is not, it says it's quick drying. Not in my opinion. I think it takes hours for it to dry. Okay, so we'll scoop this in. And this glittery stuff is getting everywhere. So I don't want any more on my hands and my desk. But I do love the way it looks. And I don't care if it gets up in the background. And this is just, I thought it would be fun to remember what's kind of in fashion right now. And everybody's doing mushrooms. Everybody has been doing mushrooms. I'm probably at the tail end of the fad. But I just thought, kind of a way, that's kind of like what's current. And that's kind of a way to keep a diary without keeping a diary. For me, it's remembering what was current. Kind of want a little bit of blue to show. There. Yeah, this is a cute, fun idea. And I know that my background is very different than these cartoony little mushrooms, but that is just what I felt like doing. And I'm trying to kind of find my style. And I have a thing with whimsical, and I have a thing with vintage, and I love grunge, and I love clean lines. I just kind of love everything. So just trying to kind of nail down my style right now. And I know these could have been on a hill, and they could have been like graduated. I don't feel like doing that. I feel like playing. This is going to be my first art journal. I tried an art journal during COVID with Dina Wakley, and she's such a great teacher, and she has really cool products, but everything I did looked like Dina Wakley made it. So I thought, that's not really what I'm going for. And it was COVID, and I abandoned that project. So now I thought, I think I would stick with it if it looked like me. Okay, so that is the beginning of something. So I tried to stamp some more of the circles on there, and it's just not showing up. I want some white on there, so I thought I'd take my gloss spray and just get some accents of white this way. I'd like to have some big drops, but I don't know. There we go. So this looks like I'm done. And, I may add a word to it. I don't know. I'll put my signature down here. And if I make any changes to my pages, I will show them in the next videos. Okay, thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.